Om Mahagurudeva Dakini Sapadavada Agyam Bratichahum Sva. We offer water for sipping. Om Mahagurudeva Dakini Sapadavada Padyam Bratichahum Sva. We offer water for washing. Om Mahagurudeva Dakini Sapadavada Pushpe Pratichahum Sva. We offer flowers. Om Mahagurudeva Dakini Sapadavada Dope Pratichahum Sva. We offer incense. Om Mahagurudeva Dakini Sapadavada Loke Pratichahum Sva. We offer light. Om Mahagurudeva Dakini Sapadavada Gande Pratichahum Sva. We offer fragrance. Om Mahagurudeva Dakini Sapadavada Navidye Pratichahum Sva. We offer food. Om Mahagurudeva Dakini Sapadavada Shabda Pratichahum Sva. We offer music. Om Mahagurudeva Dakini Sapadavada Puja Pratichahum Sva. We offer our devotion. Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma. Namaste and welcome to Tridevi Chamunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado. This is Yamajit, and thank you so very much for joining us for our monthly Chod meditation. Tonight will feature the Kusali Tsok Chod healing meditation. Kusali Tsok means the sacred Beggar's feast, and this particular Chod ritual was composed by the 18th century Lama Jigme Lingpa. Start out with the usual legal stuff. This presentation is for educational purposes only and doesn't claim to diagnose, prevent, or cure any disease or disorder. Advice and methods in this presentation should not be construed as financial, medical, or psychological advice or treatment. Please seek advice from a professional if you have a serious issue. And if a Chod session doesn't feel right, please do not perform it. This meditation contains imagery that some may find disturbing, so discretion is advised. And by watching and or participating in this presentation, you understand that results are not guaranteed. Yamajit, John Hollinsby Mayer, Tridevi Chamunda Mandir, and YouTube cannot accept any responsibility for any injuries or damages incurred from the practices and meditations contained in this video. So again, welcome and namaste. I'd like to say namaste to Kim, who's joining us. And anybody else who's tuning in, please feel free to say hello using the chat function on your screen. I'd like to start out with a couple of quick announcements. So this coming Tuesday at 7 o'clock, this will be our stotram, that is our sacred hymn meditation. And Tuesday I'll be sharing with you the Tantroktam Ratri Shuktam meditation. Again, the Tantroktam Ratri Shuktam meditation, which means the sacred tantric night. This is another hymn to Ma Durga. And then a week from today at 7 o'clock, this will be part 13 of our 64 Yogini series, and we'll be honoring with a puja and satsang the Yogini goddess Kalaratri, also known as Panchavadahi. Kalaratri, the night of time, Panchavadahi, the fifth goddess, Vadahi, or the Divine Mother in the form of a sow. So tonight's presentation is an adaptation of a traditional Tibetan Chod practice. It's dedicated to the feminine Buddha Tramanagmo, who we see in the center of our altar here. She's also known as the Black Vajrayogini. It's going to be offered as a guided sound meditation, accompanied by a soft singing bowl and a thigh-bone trumpet, and it's shared for the healing of body, mind, and spirit. Posted on YouTube as of last night is a version of this same Chod practice presented in its original Tibetan with traditional instruments, the skull damaru drum, the shang bell, and the thigh-bone trumpet. And it's been shared likewise as a personal sound healing meditation. And it was uploaded about 18 hours ago and has already had a wonderful reception to it. So if you haven't listened to that one and meditated with it yet, I would certainly invite you to do so. I'm also, after thinking about it, deciding to, I'm going to do this, share this Chod practice again in English with the traditional instruments, the drum and the bell and the trumpet. So look for that in the very near future. I'm just going to shoot a recording of it and then upload it onto YouTube. So you'll have 3 different versions of this particular Chod practice. One thing I'll say is I shared what I'm going to be sharing with you this evening with my wife, Jamie, and also my mother-in-law. And both just went into very deep meditation with this particular version of it. And so I really hope that you likewise have a very positive experience with it. So for anyone who's new to this series who wants to learn more about Chod practice, I invite you to watch the previous recorded installments of this series that are available on this channel. And also you can find some recordings of Chod practices and other meditations on the Tridevi Chamunda Mandir Facebook page. So tonight's practice is going to take place in the following stages. We've already done a short Divine Mother Puja to set the mood of the practice and establishing sacred space. So when I'm through with the introduction, I'm going to invite everyone to lay down in Shavasana. You can also, if this would be more comfortable for you, do this as a seated meditation. But I'm going to invite you to close your eyes, breathe deeply, and I'll give you the opportunity to think about and choose a personal issue in need of healing or resolution. And if you wish, you'll also be given the opportunity to visualize that issue as a living being, a personal demon, to feed in the course of this meditation. So in Chod, when we work with our inner demons, we don't fear them, we don't run away from them, we don't fight them, we don't try to destroy them. Instead, we transform them by honoring them. And we do so by giving them the one thing they most desire, and that is ourselves. Not really our physical bodies, but really more the ideal of such. There's nothing else for you to do. Just open your receptivity and allow the words, chants, and melodies to guide your consciousness to where it needs to go at the moment. So again, this can be both seated or lying down. Each section of this practice will be sung in English, with the exception of a couple of the mantras. And I've modified some of the wording of this practice to better facilitate visualization, included my own guided visualizations of the 4 feasts. There's no right or wrong way to experience this practice. What you experience will be unique for each individual. It'll be truly your own. It'll be what you need at this moment. So our first sections of the practice will be some opening prayers, including an honoring of our divine root guru, and this would include the author of this practice, Jigme Lingpa. The second section will be a brief calling of the spirits, and then the refuge, where we'll be calling on the divine forces and the bodhicitta, which is the establishment of our intention, and also the establishment of divine enlightened consciousness. And we're acknowledging that we're doing this practice for the relieving of the sufferings of not just ourselves, but for all sentient beings as well. So as you do this practice, you can also imagine healing going to those who are closest to you, who are in need of healing as well. One person I'm going to be remembering is Nafia of Shiva Sai Mandir. The main practice of Chod will be the Lujan, or body offering, and it will progress in the following stages. First is the Poa, where we're going to be ejecting our consciousness through the crowns of our heads. Our ejected consciousness will then manifest in the form of Ma Tromanagmo, the fierce divine feminine Buddha. And we're going to envision ourselves as Ma Troma, standing over our lifeless bodies and preparing a feast of nectar. So part of the reason for doing this is we're leaving the idea of our physical bodies behind, and therefore our attachments. And so being free of those attachments, we're able to go into this process even deeper. So we're going to envision Ma Troma cutting up the body, boiling it in a skull cup to produce nectar, which will then be carried to and consumed by its recipients. So there are 4 feasts. The first is a white feast of nectar, and this goes to the peaceful deities and spirits, gurus, saints, and it manifests as appropriate offerings to those beings. So offerings of puja offerings, food, drink, gold, jewels, silks, medicine. The second feast is the red feast, and this is for the more wrathful of the deities, and Troma would certainly be considered a wrathful deity. And so we're going to imagine this nectar generating in a red color, red offering clouds or steam clouds, and it will manifest for those beings as such things as meat, as wine, as weapons, armor, horses, things those beings most desire. The third of the feasts is called the variegated feast, or the rainbow feast. So our offering clouds generated from the boiling of our bodies are going to be multicolored, and they're dedicated to the beings of the 6 realms, which also represent 6 different states of being, 6 different states of consciousness. So these offerings will go to the beings of the deepest of hells, to those of the hungry ghost realm, the animal realm, the human realm, the realm of the jealous gods, and the realm of the heavenly deities. And by the way, this is a well-known Tanka image called the Wheel of Life, and it's being held by yet another wrathful deity, in this case, Lord Yama. And so then the final feast is the Black Feast, and this is the feast for our inner demons. So those things deep within our subconscious that keep us from manifesting our true potentials. And so The black feast will manifest from black steam and offering clouds. It will go to our inner demons, also those beings to whom we owe karmic debts to. And this will manifest in the form of our meat, our bones, our organs, our fat, all spread out upon our flayed skins for these beings to enjoy. And so for those 4 feasts, I'm actually going to be sharing with you, and this is something I've shared with you before in some other Chod meditations, my own guided meditation for those 4 feasts. And that's to help in your visualization of those different feasts. Then in the end, we again dedicate these feasts to all sentient beings and their transformation from malevolent beings to benevolent light beings or allies. We're literally transforming them into bodhisattvas. And so we then offer our guests of these feasts our altruistic love, what's known as the gifts of Dharma and protection. And here we show them the way to enlightenment, and essentially redirecting them on a more healthy path. There'll then be a reintegration of the Divine Mother and these transformed beings back into ourselves. There'll be some closing prayers, a short mantra repetition to generate healing, and then a short silent meditation to rest and integrate the practice, and then some closing benedictions. To punctuate certain parts of the meditation and ritual, we'll be using the mantra Pe, which translates roughly to crack or to boom. And the purpose of this mantra is to release our intentions into being. And we'll also be using 3 traditional seed mantras, Om, Ah, Hum, which embody the powers of the Divine Mother in all of her aspects. So with that, I invite you to make yourselves comfortable, either laying down or seated. If you're laying down, well, even if you're seated, you might want to have a blanket over yourself or a shawl over yourself when you go into deep meditation. Sometimes the body has a tendency to lose heat. You may want to position cushions and pillows in places to help you be more comfortable. If you have an eye pillow, that would be very useful. But find that comfortable position. Let your back be straight so your breath can be deep and full. So at this time, I invite you to make any adjustments or micro adjustments that you might need at this point so that you can remain still for the next several minutes. In the course of the meditation, as I've said before, if you certainly do need to move for comfort, you can, but just take a moment to adjust some things so you won't necessarily need to. And then I invite you to close your eyes, breathe slowly and deeply, and open yourselves to the visualizations and the experiences. And if you wish, I invite you to think about and maybe visualize a personal issue that's currently in need of healing or resolution. Notice what sights, what images come when you think about that issue. Any messages that come as you think about it. And if possible, note where this issue might reside in your physical body. Could be an area of tension that you notice manifesting, an area that feels empty or cold or maybe even hot, or it can just even be an area where you just find your attention being drawn to. And this can be your personal focus point for the energies generated by this practice. So you can focus your breath and your attention there as we do this practice. So as you contemplate this issue, if it feels right, I invite you to imagine what your personal issue would look like if it were a living being. Notice what it might look like, its size, its color, its shape, the texture of its skin, any sounds that it might be making or words, color of its eyes, and just anything else that you notice about this particular being. And know that this is the inner demon that will be fed during the Black Feast portion of our meditation. And then take a deep and clearing breath. And just let go of that image for the time being. Relax and breathe deeply. And let the songs and the mantras and the instruments guide your consciousness to where it really needs to be at this moment. Pay. Glorious and precious root guru, through your great kindness, please residing at the crowns of our heads. Grant spiritual accomplishments of our bodies, speech, and minds. We, together with all hateful enemies, harm-causing obstructors, conditions that cut off our accomplishments of virtue and realization, all sentient beings of the three worlds, we take refuge in the three jewels, the Buddha, the Dharma, and Sangha. Pay. Key. From the height of existence down to the deepest of hells, listen, all sentient beings, O small and feeble spirits. Don't be afraid. Don't be scared. Don't be truly frightened. Pay. In the three roots and three jewels, Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, in our awakening consciousness, existing within our pranic elements, in the mandala of the essence, natural expressions and compassion, until the heart of enlightenment. In these we go for refuge. Pay. Ho. Because of various phenomena, like reflections of the moon in water, all sentient beings wander in the chain of samsaric suffering. In order to relax into self-awareness from the sphere of the four immeasurables, we generate bodhicitta. We generate the enlightened mind. Pay, pay, pay. Casting off our cherished forms, We overcome the demon of self-grasping. We cast our minds into space through the crowns of our heads. Pay! The demon lord of death is conquered, and we become Tromanogmo through the curved blades in our right hands. The demon of emotional conflict is subdued. Our skulls are sheared off to form her cauldrons, destroying the demon of the material. In her left hand wields the skull cup, through which these activities are performed. Placed on a hearth of 3 human skulls, of the 3 subtle bodies, inseparable appearance and emptiness, our corpses fill the 3-fold world. Through the syllables on hum, they melt into the nectar of wisdom. By these 3 seed mantras, the nectar is purified and expanded. Om Ahong, Om Ahong, Om Ahong. Pay, pay, pay. Fire burns, the skull cup boils, steam rises, forming offering clouds of nectar. Dakinis emanate from the heart of the mother, carrying the offerings to their recipients. The Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are teachers, the peaceful deities and benevolent spirits. For them, the nectar manifests as puja offerings, gold, jewels, silks, palaces, and healing medicines. Om Ahong, 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 Pei. Fire burns, the skull cup boils, steam rises, forming red offering clouds. The Dakinis carry this offering to the wrathful gods, to the Dharma protectors, and to the directional deities. For them, the offerings manifest as wine, meat, horses, armor, and weapons. Om Ahong, 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 Pei. Fire burns, the skull cup boils, steam rises, forming rainbow-colored offering clouds, to be carried to the beings of the 6 realms. those who dwell in the deepest hells, the realm of the hungry ghosts, the animals, the humans, the jealous gods, and the heavenly deities. The offerings manifest as those things each being needs and desires most. By consuming them, the beings of the six realms are relieved of their sufferings and attain enlightened consciousness. Here you are invited to visualize yourself receiving the medicines you need most at this time for the healing of body, of mind, and of spirit. Om Ahong, 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 Pei. Again, our bodies are suddenly reborn, then collapse, falling down dead. With a curved knife in her right hand, Tromanagmo chops our bodies into pieces. The fire burns. The skull cup boils. Black steam rises, signaling the demons and malevolent spirits and the karmic creditors to gather. Upon our flayed and bloody skins, Troma heaps our flesh, blood, fat, bones, and organs. The demons and spirits feast happily upon our bodies. And again through this feast, their sufferings are relieved, their wounds are healed, and their eyes are opened to enlightened consciousness. At this time, you are invited to watch your own personal demons partaking of the feast and being transformed into benevolent beings of light, into bodhisattvas. Om Ahong, 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 Pei, Pei, Pei. Through the higher guests of the offering fields, our heart commitments are fulfilled. By perfecting the accumulations, we attain the wisdom of the yogas. We please the lower beings of samsara, and karmic debts are purified. The malicious classes of inner demons, all beings receive satisfaction. Pei, pei, pei. Sickness Endless demons and obstacles are pacified into space. Negative conditions and ego grasping, all these things are crushed into dust. In the end, everything, the giver, the offering, and the offering field dissolve into great perfection. Dissolve into perfection. Pay. I invite you now to visualize the black Dakini Tromanagmo dancing upon a corpse above the crowns of your heads. Surrounding her are the demons, spirits, and ghosts who took part in our 4-part feast, now transformed into bodhisattvas. With the syllable Pe, they will transform into a sphere of golden light. Pe. And then with the next inhalation and the syllable Pe, the sphere will descend through our central channels to rest within our heart centers. Pe. 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 Beyond thought and unconscious knowledge, whose field is the awareness of wisdom, through our spiritual bodies, like space is indivisible. You who have dominion over wisdom and means, on the golden ground of all 3 worlds, strewing numerous jewels and flowers, the teachings of the Dharma, unmatched guru in all possible ways, unborn and unceasing like infinite space. Homage to the mother of the Buddhas, form bodies like a rainbow's colors, appear to all distinct and clear as the auspiciousness of enlightenment, like a rain of lotus blossoms, the good fortune of the mother of wisdom, the teachings of a gurus uphold our meditations. Pay. Om Benzakrodikali Bamarini Sahum Pei. Om Benzakrodikali Bamarini Sahum Pei. Om Benzakrodikali Bamarini Sahum Pei. Om Benzocroticali Bamarini Sampe. 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 Jema. 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 I invite you now to just allow yourself to rest in a place of stillness and of silence. Rest and allow yourself to integrate the energies of this practice and those things that you may have experienced. Jema. 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 Om Ahom. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. I invite you now to take a deep and clearing breath, letting go of the meditation and bringing your awareness back. So be aware of the sound of my voice and any other sounds in your immediate environment. And become aware of the sensation of your body seated or lying where it is, the floor or the mat below you. Notice the temperature of the air on your skin, the weight of the clothes or the blankets that might be covering you. And then slowly moving your fingers and your toes, your hands and your feet, arms and legs, maybe giving a little stretch. And then slowly bringing the palms of your hands together to your heart center. And just take a moment to give gratitude to the Divine Mother, knowing she is with you always. And then take a moment and express gratitude to yourself for taking part in this practice this evening, knowing you can replay the recordings of this broadcast at any time that you ever want to do the meditation again. And know that there's a Tibetan version also recorded on my channel that you can listen to and meditate to. And also know that Sunday I'll be doing another English version of this with traditional instruments, and so you can look forward to that. And then just slowly opening your eyes and keeping a relaxed gaze. Don't be in a hurry to resume the evening's activities. Just give yourself some time to recover from the meditation. Namaste. Blessings always. Thank you so very much for joining me, including Kim and Dr. Jagesh and anybody else listening at this time, or anyone who might be watching the recording of this later. Namaste and Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Ma, Jai Mata Di. So thank you again. And I invite you to just allow yourself to be aware of any subtle effects of this practice in the next few days, maybe some interesting dreams, maybe some thoughts or insights, maybe handling a situation a little bit differently from how you might have before. Maybe even something important like the right book coming into your hands. And I look forward to you joining me on Tuesday for our Durga Stotram meditation. And next Saturday, we honor the 13th of the 64 yoginis. Namaste to Lewis again, and to Kim, and to Dr. Jagesh. And thank you again for joining me. And Jai Ma. Jai Ma. Jai Ma. And good night.